Hey folks, this is Jake Davis, and today I would love to break down for you my top 5 picks for the best directors of 2018. Now this is my third of 6 videos. I already covered supporting roles. Just in case you guys haven't caught those, please watch them. But I won't be a dick. I gave supporting actor to Michael B. Jordan. I gave supporting actress to Diane Wiest. A little bit of priming here for director, because I really wanted to focus on the director's job, because the director's job, as far as I'm concerned, ultimately is to bring the vision to fruition. Whether that be their personal vision, or the studio's vision, or the vision of the material you're working with, like, a comic or a novel, or a biopic. It's your job to get it together and make it work. That's the director. Anyhow. And also, because of that, I'm focusing on individuals. So, unfortunately, don't hate me, there will be no Russo brothers on this list for Avengers Infinity War. I mean, yeah, they deserve all the love in the world, but I wanted to focus on one guy, one director, not a team. So there's also no animators here. I just think directing a cartoon and shooting a film are massively different jobs. It's like comparing a chef to a guy who boils French fries. It's like you're doing a good job, but you're not a fucking chef. Anyhow, my number 5 is Steven Spielberg for Ready Player One. I gotta say, man, I really think that this was Steven Spielberg's best film since Munich, and Spielberg's most Spielbergian film since A Minority Report. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was Steven Spielberg at the height of all his powers. His handling for visual effects, his world building, his character development, his spectacle, his wit. He showed the whole world, not just the industry, but the audiences alike, that he still is Steven goddamn Spielberg, and I applaud the man for it. Especially, 40-something years now after Jaws? The guy's been doing this shit for a lifetime. So, yeah, man, he is one of the most recognized, beloved, decorated, and successful filmmakers of all time for good reason. And with Ready Player One, we got a brand new reason to recognize why. Moving on. Number 4 is Spike Lee for BlacKkKlansman. I'm a little surprised I had him at number 4, but what all ultimately really comes down to here is that Spike Lee, it's not like I don't like the man. It's that I think he's an excellent filmmaker, but he has always been his own worst enemy. He has burned countless bridges over the years with studios, actors, and audiences. He's never been nominated for Best Director, and the fact that I think his first film came out the year I was born. He's been making movies that long. He's never gotten a Best Director nomination, despite always having the utmost respect from his industry as an artist. I think he finally, with this movie, sat down and did what he should have done 20 years ago. He made himself a force to be reckoned with. BlacKkKlansman is one of those movies. It is just so powerful, so exciting, so engaging that, it's a fucking mic drop, man. It's like, ignore me now, motherfuckers. So, yeah, again, like with Spielberg, you see a veteran at their absolute best, and I loved it. I would love to see it pay off for him. I don't know if he wins Best Director, fine, he wins Best Director. But I'm really hopeful Spike gets nominated, and I would be shocked if he's not. Oscar-wise, of course. This is more important. Anyhow. Salud. Should say that first. Anyhow, number 3. Is Jonah Hill for mid-90s. Again, I just saw this movie, over the last weekend, but it had such an instant positive effect on me. I thought for a first-time filmmaker and writer, I believe, as well. I know he wrote this, but I'm not sure if it was his first script. But for a first-time filmmaker, he showed so much focus, so much restraint, and so much care for the film. The movie's not overly long. The movie's not overly pretentious. It doesn't beat. The only thing that really comes off in a negative way in the movie is, and somebody else pointed this out. I kind of forgot about it until I saw their video for it. And oh man, I wish I could mention the guy because I'm on YouTube and I should. Fuck it. I'm sorry, dude. Anyhow, he felt that the score, Trent Reznor's score, Atticus Ross and Trent Reznor's score for this movie, was a little overbearing and too bassy, the way he put it, I believe. To me, I would even add to that it sounded way too much like their score for The Social Network. I kept waiting for the ding, 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 that bit to come in, and hey, I love The Social Network. That's a great movie. I'm glad they won their Oscar for that, but you don't keep doing the same damn score. It's just, what the hell? But nevertheless, I got on a whole side thing there. See, I rant. Anyhow, Jonah Hill did an amazing job with this. Like I said, his focus and his restraint and his attention to the character, to the story, to the pace was masterful. He showed master craftsmanship at his first fucking try, and I can't applaud a guy more for that. And also, I didn't know this till earlier today, that he shot the film on Super 16, Super 16 film opposed to digital, just because he wanted to even look like the mid-90s. That's a filmmaker. My number 2 is Ryan Coogler for Black Panther. Sorry if I mispronounced his name. But he also directed Creed, which was also very excellent. And it was so funny, even if you didn't know that, you could tell the same guy made these movies. So people talk about the MCU is just, Kevin Feige's vision, and yes, it is. But to say that the directors aren't allowed to put their own stamp on every single movie is absurd. Like, looking forward, it's hard to imagine Guardians of the Galaxy working without James Gunn. So much of it was his personality and his humor coming through the characters in a big Marvel way. But with Ryan Coogler with this, I always believed the potential for Black Panther was amazing. And I felt that it was really big of him to come out and say that, look, man, I'm glad I'm directing Black Panther. I'm glad a black man's directing Black Panther. But Black Panther doesn't need a black filmmaker to be a great movie. Because Black Panther is already a great character, and a good filmmaker is going to give you a good movie with that material. Now, personally, I'm glad it worked out that way, just because, that's a nice little thing. Fuck it. And at the same time, shit. Anything positive somebody has to say about a good movie, just go with it. If you like the movie and they say this, if you don't agree with the thing they liked about the movie you like, just shut the fuck up and go with it. So, I don't know, people are too weird. Now, like I said, Coogler's just, the whole visual composition to Black Panther was beautiful to me. The art and the sets and the costumes and the lighting, the photography, the music, the fucking visual effects were amazing. The sound effects were amazing. The sweeping shots of the action scenes were fucking amazing. It was an excellent movie. When I first saw the trailer, the first trailer I saw to it, my first thought was, it looks like African Flash Gordon, and it was great. And movie had plenty of surprises, had great character development, it had great heroics, it had conflicting characters, it had complicated characters, it had an intriguing story, and it had a brilliant pace. It was how you make a movie, and that's the director. The director does that. Which brings me to my number 1. I'm giving number 1, the best director of 2018, to James Wan for Aquaman. I'm sorry for all the superhero movies, but look at Aquaman. Aquaman was a character that I've always loved, and even said in my review for. I've been looking forward to Aquaman movies since I was a kid. Over the in the 21st century, he became a punchline. People just made fun of him. Ignored the fact that he's virtually fucking invulnerable. You can't kill the motherfucker. And Aquaman is so goddamn cool. And look at the movie James Wan put together here. It is massively effective. It's so exciting and emotional and funny and fast-paced. It moves, and it's huge. It's currently, as of the time I'm shooting this video, the #1 movie in the world. And I'm thrilled. Nobody thought they'd ever even make an Aquaman movie, much less make a good Aquaman movie, much less make a runaway success of a hit with an Aquaman movie. And I couldn't be prouder. And all those studios out there and awards things that like to pat themselves on the back for diversity nominations and hirings, I'm going to put it out there. James Wan, how can you get more diverse than a Chinese Australian? You can't. You might get as diverse, but not more. and also, you know, the big part, a lot of this is, all of the success of this movie, not just being a really good movie, but being a successful movie, is James Wan. He's built up this honest reputation for being a consistent and competent filmmaker. He made a Fast and the Furious movie that got good reviews. He has single-handedly changed the course of the horror film genre twice. James Wan is a master filmmaker, and this is a huge moment for comic book movies, comic book fans, DC fans, and I couldn't be happier with the success of Aquaman, and you're damn right I'm giving it to James Wan. I'm done. So, my honorable mentions are the Russo brothers, of course, for Avengers Infinity War, and David Gordon Green for Halloween. I mean, right off the bat, I don't want to give away too much right off here, or ramble off too much more. This has been a long video. But I just want, the first time, as soon as Michael Myers escapes, Gordon Green gives us a much more vicious and merciless Michael Myers than we've ever seen before, and I loved it. Also, look at Peyton Reed coming back for Ant-Man and the Wasp. He did a terrific job. Christopher McQuarrie, Mission Impossible Fallout. First guy to come back for a Mission Impossible movie, and he made arguably the best Mission Impossible movies between his two. There were some good directors this year. Oh, and I also want to say Drew Goddard for Bad Times at the El Royale, a movie I really loved that just didn't seem to have the effect on the rest of the audiences as it did with me. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I got 3 more coming, only halfway through this. Please like, share, subscribe, get involved. I've been really excited this whole video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Jake Davis, and I'll catch you on the fly.